You went to?
We went to San Luis Obispo.
That's okay. But what are you created? Just try play. Can you come more closer to the tabla? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Next one. But instead of k theta, what was our thought? If you remember?
We should have KK.
Exactly. Should not break KK into one k because that is a different phrase now, right? We remember we learned the phrase k theta also. But now the exercise what I told was to keep KK as a one entity and theta as a one entity, right? So you should not only break one k. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Okay, try. What was the other phrase you created?
You're not supposed to create one with 5 syllables, right?
Anything is okay. 5 will not possible because KK is 2 syllable, right? And theta is 2 syllable. So if you mix and match, it will be always even. It cannot be odd, unfortunately. Have you written down? It's good to write it down, probably. Or can you create now if you have time? Probably. Just try to create now. It should not take more than. You understood what we are asking? So KK as a one group, theta as a another group, and two different permutation and combination. Kedar did wonderful. Kedar, good. Ishan, anything you created?
Created
Yeah. Perfect. Your sound is good. See, this is the sound we want. More energy. And again, I can understand since you don't have tabla, you are not getting that test, right? So that's little difference you may find to start with. But make sure that you capture that and then learn it accordingly. So while putting on tabla also, so let the sound come so that you can enjoy that sound. Okay. And then that strongness will start coming instead of, right? If you do that way, and that's what is exactly happening here. Right? So instead of the, you like to slightly imitate that sound on your laps or wherever you're playing music. Okay, next one. Just play the last one. What you created, Isha.
I think I created. It's a really long one.
That's okay. I want longer one to create. Okay, that's the best part. No, it should be KK.
It was supposed to be 4.
Correct. But this is good. This is good. And the longer the phrase, right, the longer you will practice. That's the thought behind it. So don't think that, oh, this is too long. No, that's good rather. Longer the phrase is better the phrase. Okay. So any question? So you want to create something, or will you send it after you go home?
After I go home, I have to go to my friend's ceremony.
Okay.
And then after that, I have a basketball game. So I'll try to create it now.
Okay, perfect. Whatever you feel comfortable. Okay. Okay. So let's learn something new, and then I'll give you some time to create it. Is it okay? Okay. Or you can just create it while you go home in the car.
Okay.
It may take probably a couple of minutes. You agree?
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. So let's move to the next part. So let's learn today a new phrase. Did we learn phrase called tira kita?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you guys remember?
Yeah.
Let's play one by one. Same thing here also. So
I think I was talking.
correct. Yeah.
Can I try that?
Yeah. Yeah, go slower to start with. See what is happening in it. That's what is happening with you right now. Instead of that, need to see that movement, left to right, right to left. That is what they require and must, unfortunately. It's not. Or if you are playing ra here, then don't play ti ra ti ta ti ra. That is also wrong. So the correct is play both at the center. Ti ra ti ra. Let's play together for 10 times. How about that? Is it okay, everybody?
Yes.
You can remove your watch in case that watch is struggling. Rather, I would request don't put anything here when you practice that. Okay, for a couple of minutes. That's not probably a long time. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. T, R, T, keep playing. R, T, R, T, R, T. Good. Good job, Kedar. Don't hold your hand. Correct. T, T, correct. Key. Perfect. Perfect. T, one last time. T, perfect. Okay. So this is exercise you should do every day for theory. Okay. Now let's. Did we learn another phrase called taka?
No.
Okay. So let's write down. The new phrase is the and ka. So it's only 2-syllable phrase. The is probably you can write capital T, and ka you can write K. Okay. The ka. The is capital T and ka is just a T. Okay. The ka. So 2-syllable. Okay. That means 2 sound we'll have, right? Now, did we remember? Do you remember what are the questions we should ask when we learn any new phrase?
Where to play, what finger, what sound?
Correct. So what is the first question? Where to play? Okay. So for the, write down probably the, capital T, the is played on the center of the gum. The is played at the center of the gum. Now what is the next question?
What finger?
What finger, right? So it's a tip of the first finger or the index finger. Tip of the first finger or the index finger. And what is the last question?
The sound?
Close sound. So that means, so the sound is closed. That means you are again holding the finger down tightly, not lifting it up. Okay, so answer got all the 3 questions. So where the ta is played? First answer is at the center of the tabla. Second answer, first finger, which we call as the index finger. In case if you don't know, what is this finger we call? Index finger. So tip means this portion, right? So this is again like your ta of theta. Exactly, no change, right? So you know fingering, you know that syllable already which you learn. Only now we are calling it as a different name. Okay, so this becomes your ta, right? And how do you play ka? Ka, ki, k. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's the
Exactly. You got it. So play 5 times. Ishan, one second. Let's go one by one. But don't stop, Ishan. Okay, watching it again. Ta, ka, 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 ka. So play 5 times and then stop. Everything is absolutely good, Ishan. I don't have to say anything to you. This is ideal, 100%. Very good. Perfect. Kedar? Perfect. Ideal. Both are good. Thumbs up to you, both of you. Very good. Excellent. Your turn. You are holding your hand. That's not something which is correct and good. So never ever touch anything here of any part of your palm. This section. Same thing here. This section and this section is like a 440 volt. You know 440 volt? No? Huh?
Electric.
Electric. It gives you a pretty strong shock. So assume that, oh, this is not, I should not touch it here. Okay, something we need to probably make it understanding ourselves, you know, because not every time I'm watching you, not every time your dad will be watching you. So who is the one who to create the rules?
us.
Exactly. We have to create rules for ourselves to make it our boundary so that we don't cross that boundary. So if you are within a boundary, you are in a safe zone, right? Do you agree? Same concept everywhere. We have to be safe everywhere, right? So why we are making ourselves in a different zone? And you are the one only who is making. right? So never ever touch anything here. Never ever touch anything here of any part of your hand palm. Okay? Will you remember? Do you know this word 440 word?
Yeah, it's like just really strong gold.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what we want to know. I should not touch it here. Let's be away from that. Okay? Okay, perfect. Perfect. This is excellent. So other than this touching part, your everything is good. Good job. Unless the last but not least, hopefully. Perfect. All good. Okay. So what you are earlier making mistake, now you are not making because you are see the physical tabla, right? You see the difference. So these three folks have a real tabla. So see their playing part. And I don't blame you basically. That's the reality. But what I should suggest you basically is that when you play, now hit stronger on your lap. The, 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 so that you will imitate next class like that basically. Okay? Okay. So let's play together. We'll play 10 times.
Okay.
Taka. Okay? We'll start with you. Okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Keep playing. Ta, 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 Can we go a little faster, guys? Is it okay? Or this is okay for today?
Go just a little.
Little bit? Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Good job. Perfect. Little more faster. Is it fun to go faster or no?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Excellent, guys. Perfect. See, that's okay. Ishan, good job. Ishan is in a really good mood today to go faster. Wonderful. I like that. That enthusiasm, that positivity, that yes, I want to do it. That's what makes you perfect. Remember that part. Kedar, I want to see that in your face. Okay? Sure? Okay, good. Okay, now we learned Turka, right? Now let's create more complex phrases today. This is not going to be easy. Is that okay? Or you want to do simple?
Um.
It's okay. Sometimes difficult is okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's today is probably a little difficult. Okay, because these two adults are not there, right? So let's take a little difficult dive today. Okay, is that okay? Okay, I'm recording for them, so they must be listening probably sometime. Okay, so let's understand first, then we'll write it. Okay, so we have phrase tirakita, right? We learn, and now we learn today a phrase taka. Okay, so if we combine tirakita and taka together, that gives a good amount of pull of many phrases going further. Okay, so combining tirakita and taka together. Okay, now where that phrase is used. So write on a couple of points. Okay, 1 point. How to create a complex phrases. Point number 1. How to create a complex phrases. So the meaning complex means there are multiple phrases embedded together or sandwiched together or linked together. Okay, that's why we call complex phrase. Now taka is not a complex phrase, it's an individual phrase. Tirakita is not a complex phrase, it's an individual phrase. But when you combine tirakita and taka, okay, then that becomes a complex phrase. Like what we did last time. K was a phrase and theta was a phrase, right? But when we combine K and theta together, that's what we call as a complex phrase. Okay, so what was the question we written back? How to create the complex phrases. Now, second question is where we use those complex phrases. Question number 2. where we use those complex phrases. And question number 3, how to practice or how long to practice, or the ways to practice these complex phrases, or approach to practice these complex phrases. Okay, ways, approach, etc. The complex phrases. So make sure whenever we are learning any complex phrases, you should ask these 3 questions to yourself. Okay, that how long I should practice that phrase. Okay, then what was the middle question? Where we use those phrases. Okay, that is important. Now we have not learned so many phrases yet. We are still in the beginner's level, right? But as you learn more phrases, we try to combine the phrases to make a complex phrases, right? Or when we combine complex phrases together, we call that we are creating a compositions. What we are creating? So more complex phrases they come together is equal to compositions. Like it is a statement in the English language, right? You create one sentence, you create one statement, right? So what is that sentence you create? It has everything. It has a grammar, it has some meaning, it has more number of words together, right? It has a verb. I mean, if you go really grammatically, it has a lot of things embedded into that, right? And that's what you learn when you learn the language. That's exactly our approaches. First thing is we are learning simple phrases. Later on, we'll try to learn the complex phrases. And once we learn bunch of complex phrases, we will try to learn the compositions. And that compositions will have a lot of embedded things, which is the grammatics also. That also we will learn basically eventually. Okay. So let's today focus on the complex phrase as a tira, kita, and taka. Now, how to create the complex phrases, right? To create the complex phrases, you make sure you keep the entity of phrase as is. Now, for example, taka is one phrase, right? And tira, kita is one phrase. Don't break ta as a one syllable and ka as a no. So ta, tira, kita, ka. No, not a correct way. You understand what I mean? Ta, if you add ta, then you have to add ka by default. Ta, ka. You can't dissect or you can't deviate away from ka. Or you can't only use ka and make it ta somewhere. No. So ta, ka has to be together. Right? They can't get dispersed. They cannot get away from each other. Same thing for tira, kita. If you use ti, you have to use ra, kita back to back. That is rule. But what is the next approach? You can change their order. You can change their multiplication factor. You can do anything from that perspective. So rule number 1 to create the phrase is don't break the phrase. So write down that. Don't break any individual phrase while creating the complex phrase. Like what you did. Then you did KKJ, only you did play ka theta, right? So that is not correct example. Okay. So here taka has to be entity and tira kita has to be one entity. Now write down a couple of examples that how you create. So first phrase is taka tira kita. Phrase number 1 as a complex phrase. Ta, ka, and then leave little space. So you can understand that taka is one phrase, little space, and tira kita is another phrase. So taka should go close to each other, little space, and tira kita should go each other. So you should, by looking at notebook, you should understand, oh, this is taka phrase and this is tira kita phrase. You got it? So what was the first phrase? Taka tira kita. Now write down the next phrase, phrase number 2. Taka taka tira kita. So what here you do? Taka you do multiply 2 times, right? And that's what our approach is. You can multiply the phrase any times. You can switch the order of the phrase anytime, but not to break the phrase. Okay. So phrase number 2 was taka. So now taka you can make a bracket and say 2 times. That is also okay in abbreviated thoughts. So how to do that? So taka make a parenthesis. Left parenthesis, right parenthesis, do multiply sign and write down 2. So that is an abbreviated thoughts we have put it so that you don't have to write taka, because as you go taka 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 8 times, it's not easy to write 8 times, right? So what you do, write down ta, ka, make a parenthesis. You know how to make a parenthesis, right? Close bracket, open bracket, close bracket, multiply sign, and then write down the number how many times you are repeating the phrase. You got it? So do same way. So make a bracket, write ta, ka, complete the bracket, multiply, and then write 2. Can I see how you written, everybody? Just to see that you got it correctly written. Taka 2 times and then Tirakita. Add Tirakita after that, right?
Oh wait, I did spell Tirakita.
So after Taka 2 times, add a little space and add Tirakita. Kedar, can I see your notebook? What you written? Quickly. Write it down and then show it to me. That's okay.
Okay.
Sure. Perfect. No, what did I say? So make Taka bracket and set time 2. Can I borrow your pen and just show it to you? Taka bracket 2 T R K. You got it?
Yeah.
Just pass the pen. You got it? Can I see? Where did you written? I didn't see.
On the top, on the bottom.
So where? Can you come here? So what is this?
No.
And what is this?
Ka.
I'm not sure if I understood Ka. And then what is this?
Tirakita.
Then where is the bracket?
Here.
Okay. So probably I'll just rewrite for you. Okay. One second here. So this is the Ka bracket multiply by 2 T R K Ta. You got it?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Make sure you follow that. So this is your one group, right? And this is your group or phrase, right? You got it? Perfect. You got it. Okay. So let's the phrase number 3. Third phrase. First phrase is taka, then a little space, then tirakita, little space, and then again taka. So what you do? Taka, tirakita, taka. Taka, tirakita. Now you can't make any bracket because it's all one phrase each time, right? So you got it? So what is the phrase next? Taka, tirakita, taka. Got it? Okay, phrase number 4. So taka bracket times 3. Taka parenthesis times 3 and then space and tirakita. Taka parenthesis 3 times. Now Kedar, make sure you write down correctly the way I ask you. Okay?
So taka
Parenthesis bracket times 3 multiply by 3 and then tirakita. Okay? You're okay? Okay, now I'm going to ask one by one phrase and then everybody make sure you write it down that phrase. Okay? Who want to create first phrase? Or think of it. You understood the concept?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. First tell me and then everybody make sure you write it down.
So tirakita.
Okay, so that means how you write in abbreviated form or complex form.
Taka parentheses times 4.
Correct.
Tirakita.
Excellent. So write down that next one. So taka parenthesis times 4 and then tirakita. Excellent. Ishan, good job. Who is next to go? Anyone is ready?
Taka, tirakita, taka, tirakita.
Very good. Excellent. So write down. So taka first phrase, then tirakita, and then what you should write?
Taka parentheses times 2.
Exactly. Ishan is crossing all the boundary. Ishan, what did you eat this morning, man?
Huh?
Did you eat this morning? Must be healthy food. No?
it's not.
No, but this is perfect. So taka, then tera kita, then taka parenthesis 2, and again back to tera kita. So taka, tera kita, taka, tera. So that way you can create a lot of complex phrases from taka and tera kita. Okay? So who is the next to create? This size is done. This side is a little dull. This is pretty strong side. I want both the sides stronger. Okay? Yes.
Tira kita and T parentheses times 3.
Tera kita times 3.
No, T parentheses 3.
It's not tika, it's taka. That's why I think you are writing thi, right? It's not, it's just the T as a letter T.
Oh.
Okay? So what was your phrase again?
Tika times 3 and
No, you're still saying tika. Don't say tika. How do you pronounce? Ta, ka. Can you say 10 times? Correct. Correct. So taka, not don't say tika. I can understand that because tira kita you are saying you may get probably oh ti, right? But get away from that. Okay? So taka times how many times taka?
3.
Taka times 3 and then thereafter what?
Tira kita.
Huh? That already be written, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so you already written that.
So you can add something at the end.
Yeah, so it should be something new. It's
the times 2 at the end.
perfect. So taka, tira, kita, taka. Excellent. So taka parenthesis times 3, then tira kita, and then again taka parenthesis times 2. Excellent. Good. Very good. The Kedar is only one who is ready to do. Are you ready, Kedar? Okay.
Tira kita kata.
It's not kata, it's other way. Taka.
Taka parentheses 3.
Perfect. Good. So what is Kedar has deviated from here? Can anybody think of it?
You just did Tira Kita at the
Correct. So let's not write down that one. Erase that probably for a while. Okay. It's not that Kedar you made a mistake. Okay. We will go to that little later part. So what is our first rule? Use taka to start with. Okay. Then we will switch Tiragita to the first part later. But first let's get exhausted with taka to start with. So can you think anything with starting with taka?
Taka 4 times. Tira kita taka 2.
Okay. So taka 4 times. Then tira kita and then again parenthesis taka 2 times, right? So taka, right? So taka, tira kita, taka. Now when you say those phrases, right? So now after writing this, let's probably listen it here, okay? So that we can get you the thought of learning, get you the thought of reciting, okay? Well, let's complete and then we'll talk about that a little more. Okay, everybody ready? Now just pay focus attention for next 2 minutes. Now this is the way you try to create the phrases, right? Now is a creating only what makes us happy? No. At the end we need to play on tabla, right? We need to play on tabla. So how do we play? So while playing, one rule of thumb is we must follow the lay. We must follow the rhythm. We must follow the speed. We can't just keep going back and forth with whatever thought. For example, somebody says taka, tera kita. Is that correct?
No.
Why?
Because you have to have all of them on the same
Exactly. So if you are saying taka, tira, kita has to go in the same lay. Lay is the word we will be going to follow now. We'll cut up the word speed. Speed is happening in daily life, but in the music, what word we use? Lay means we need to go in a same pace without changing the speed or without stopping or without making faster. So it's a constant speed. She can understand because she must have done real physics probably, right? You done physics? Okay. So what is constant speed?
It's always staying the
Sleep.
So what is the velocity of a constant speed?
It's gonna stay the same.
So what is the answer?
Oh,
It's okay, don't worry. Not taking your physics knowledge there, but that's okay. So meaning means you have to keep the same pace. So let's take last phrase, Kedar, what you create. And now give one clap for one syllable and see if you can say it on the clap. Can you try doing that? Take the last phrase what you created and one syllable, one clap. For example, so if you are talking about first phrase, okay? Ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta. Ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta. So one syllable, right? And one clap. They should continue it for a while when we practice. So before practice, generally we will have a habit now going further to recite. Recite means we need to say that. And saying in the lay is important. Okay. So what is the first phrase we are doing on the clap? We say doing it on the clap problem. Okay. So ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta. Ta, ka, ti, ra. Keep doing ta. Ta. Now first syllable, say it louder. Ta, ka, ti, ra. Slow down. Ti, ta, ta, ka, ti. Now we slow down, right? But doesn't mean that we slow down only partial of the phrase, right? We slow down the whole mechanism. Are you understanding that? But if you go faster, ta ka ti da ti da, ta ka ti da ti da, ta ka ti da ti da. So whatever lay we decide, we have to maintain throughout. So what is the definition of lay?
Maintaining the same.
Exactly. No change. No going slower. For example, many times we tak tera kita. Wrong. Don't even ever get into that thought going further. Whatever the lay speed you establish, you make sure you continue that. Is that okay? So what was the second phrase we written? Can somebody open it?
It was Taka times 3 theta theta.
Tucker times?
No, wait. No, it wasn't that.
Tucker times 2 probably, right?
Yeah, Taka times 2 theta.
So anybody want to do that on the clap?
Um,
Okay, let's start with it. Okay.
Ta, 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 ti, ra, ti.
Excellent. Now try not to look at the book. Just look at me or look at Tabla and see if you can say it again.
Ta, 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 ti, ra, ti.
Visualize as if you are playing virtually. So look at tabla, ta, ka, and imagine that you are playing on the tabla. Imagine, okay, virtually. You're not playing, but imagine. So ta, that means your finger goes here. Ka, that means your finger goes here, right? So like that, do imagination while you recite. Okay, try again one more time.
Ta, 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 ti, ra, ti.
Say 5 times back to back without stopping.
Ta, 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 ti, ra, ti, ta. 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 Ta, 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 ti, ra, ti.
Perfect. Now we need to add one thing here, basically. What could be that thing? Anybody can think of it?
at the end.
Okay. What do you think? I do ask a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
Not a good thing, right?
I mean, I don't know.
Good. See, the more questions you get asked, your thinking power develops a lot. And that is important. What question could be I'm asking? Guess it. It's okay. Even if it is wrong. That's fine. This is related to the reciting as well as playing when you are in the loop. When you are saying this phrase repeatedly, what is the expectation?
first one louder.
See, you got the answer. First phrase has to be love. So otherwise, how do we know where the starting thread is? Right? Now he keeps saying the ka. As a layman, as a listeners, as an audience, how do they know where is the starting phrase? You have to show that, right? How to show? Just raise your bar. Ta, ka, ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta. Ta, ka. Now they know that ta is your starting phrase, right? You also know, oh, I am on the right track. And this is a rule of thumb going further for reciting any phrase. So when you recite any phrase, write down this is rule number 1. While reciting any phrase, always emphasize on the first syllable of the phrase while reciting, and same thing while you play. So that bar, that sound level, that energy level has to be the highest among to the other phrases. Okay? See, you got the answer. How do I know that you know the answer? It's okay. Yeah. So it's a general thought, right? Basically, it's a see, when we do any repetitive things, right? How do we know that where is my starting point? There has to be some markation, right? Demarcations. There has to be some identification, right? So the here in this case, the identification is raise your loud sound. So can you say with that approach again, Kedar? Sorry, I'm behind with Kedar today. What? Kedar, is that okay? Huh? Okay. Kedar is not opening up. You opened up a lot today. What is the phrase? Taka, taka, right? Good, good. But more accent on the will be probably better, Kedar. Okay? Ta, ka, ta, ka, ti, ta, ti, ta, ta, ka. You want to clap it also louder on that. So you know that whole energy has to be shown on that term. You know energy? What is energy? It's not a physics class, okay? She may be, oh, why I'm doing all the physics today? You don't have physics subject yet, right?
It's science.
You know? You have physics subject?
No, it's science, not physics.
Okay, okay. What about you?
Like it's power, but I don't have
Actually, she must be expert in physics, okay? So she must be recalling what her teacher or his teacher probably maybe taught during this. Okay, so energy means you have to probably be more stronger there and release all the energy on that. And then just go softer thereafter. Okay. Ta, ka, ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta, ta, ka. So clap also I'm clouding it louder. So even the layman who has not learned tabla or he doesn't know anything, he will think, oh, something is happening at the, right? You understand? And that's what we need to point. That's what we need to pass on. That's what we need to indicate. Listen, that this is something is different than other. That differentiation will give you more energy. Other ta ka ti ra ki ta ka. Nobody knows what's going on, right? You understand? Is that okay? Your turn now. Third phrase. So say the third phrase with all those points embedded into that. No, this is the second phrase, right? We are doing third phrase now.
Oh, third phrase.
Yeah, third phrase. Okay. Excellent, you got it. Perfect. Now, only suggestion is look at your tabla and visually see where you are playing. Okay? Just follow that. Other than everything is perfect. Fourth phrase. You got it. She's a pretty strong energy. I want to see that in playing next class. Okay? This was awesome. Perfect. To the point. If you give the same energy here, you are done. Fourth phrase. Or fifth phrase. Which one is? Fifth phrase. Okay. Good, good. One suggestion, probably Ishan. Rest of the other clapping than the first, make it softer. Right? You can only hear that. Let's not others probably hear. So let's make it softer. Otherwise, You are losing a lot of energy here. You don't want to lose the energy there, right? Conserve the energy. Law of conservation of energy. Another physics, right? She will be bored today. What's going on today? Do you know that law of conservation?
Like it all stays. Like,
It's okay.
it all stays the same.
Okay. So make sure that just follow that part. Okay. Other than everything looks perfect. Okay. Got it? Now the next question to that probably will do a little more theoretical today. Is that okay? Instead of playing practically. Okay. Practical, I'll give you the homework to practice it at your home. Okay. Okay. Now let's take the last fifth phrase. What was the last fifth phrase? Taka how many times?
Taka, so many times, but
Or I
it's
think what phrase you created?
Taka,
Taka taka tira kita taka, right? Or taka tira kita. What was your phrase created?
taka, tira, kita, taka, tira, kita.
Yeah. So okay. So rewrite down that phrase by individually. Now the ka little space. Okay. The ka little space, and then ti ra ki ta another phrase a little space. Then space ta ka. Then another space ta ka. Then another space and ti ra ki ta. So now you are not doing any parenthesis. You are expanding the phrase as if you are saying. Okay, you got it? So what you written? Ta ka, right? Then ti ra ki ta. Then ta ka, another ta ka, and ti ra ki ta. Now count how many syllables are there. How many syllables?
11.
Cannot be right.
No.
It has to be even because ta ka is 2.
14.
Just count it. Don't ask me question. I'm asking you question. You answer me. How much? 14.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 14 syllable now. Okay. Now, if you remember the first part, what we did was one clap, one syllable, right? You remember that? Well, let's learn something more complex today. Can I borrow somebody's notebook? Maybe your notebook. Okay. Please probably come more closer here. Just leave your tabla here. Just come more closer. Just come and sit here. You two sit here. You can sit on the carpet, don't you? Or pull the carpet out, whatever you feel comfortable. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay. So this is a phrase we have written, right? Is open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the is one syllable. Ka. This is not THE. What you written here is TI. So what? So T. And what is this? RI. Just read R. Now for K you add KI. Okay. And so Thiragita, I mean, just I'm explaining here. I hope everybody is following, right? So when you write Thiragita, I'm just writing it here. Is it okay?
Yeah.
So when you write Thiragita, write TI, R, KI, and T. Now Taka, when you are writing, just write the. You got okay? Okay. So let me rewrite down this phrase here, okay? So the, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta, ta, ka, ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, and ta, right? This is a phrase. Everybody is agreeing with me? I'll just put it here. So ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta. Now, when we did this on the clap, what we did? Ta, ka, ta. Sorry, my bad. One. Let's do with me. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta, ka, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta, right? And that should be in the loop, right? Instead of that, let's try to combine two syllable in one group. What we are trying to do? Combine. So this is I'm making one group, another group, another group, another group, Another group, another group. So how many groups I have?
7.
7 groups, right? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So what is the difference between this and what we did earlier? We try to make 2 syllables in one clap. Okay, what is our next exercise? In one clap, earlier what was our T, R, right? Instead of that, T, make hand up and say R, T, R, T, that way basically. Or K, K. So K, I'm doing it half note, right? So this is one half, 2. So we are trying to create one half note in between. Are you understanding, everybody? So this was one clap, right? I'm just making this hand up, half, 2, half, 3, half, 4, half. Are you understanding? Any questions so far? So that half note we will say the second syllable in each group. So ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta, ta, ka, ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta, ta, ka, ti, ra. What happens with that? Anybody can think of it?
Like every time you have the first syllable in each.
In terms of physics, what happens? She's going to get mad at me today.
Like in the claps?
In the claps,
Is it?
you conserve your energy.
Faster,
Right? Instead of clapping too many, just clap half, 50% reduction in your energy. You conserve the energy. Ka, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta, ta, ka, ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta. With that, what is going to happen next thing? You can go faster. Taka, taka, sorry, taka, tira, kita, taka, taka, tira, kita, taka. But if you want to say that at one clap, taka, tira, kita, you cannot go. Impossible. There is a limitation. For everything, there is a limitation. So once there is a limitation, there is another workaround. Right? So that's a law. Again, whenever there is a limitation, you can't do something, there has to be some other way option. And one we must know that in your academics, same thing. You should not say, oh, I'm stuck, I don't know this. No, there has to be some way to get it out. So here, what is the option now? Once you exhaust to get to the speed, combine more syllable in one clap. So what is the rule here we are trying to learn? Combining more syllable in one clap. So how many syllable here we are combining? 2 syllable per clap. So what I'm writing it here? Sorry. 2 syllables per clap. Everybody got it? This. So if I'm rewriting down, now let's write down with a little different way. Ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta. So I made a group of ta, ka. Now is a tira is a phrase? No. But for a mathematics, for a learn, I have to bisect that. But it's only the representative bisect. It's only a visual bisection. So ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta. Now you are doing how many claps? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 claps. So this is called as a double speed. Do you call it? Double speed. This was a single speed. This is called as a double speed. Let's learn one more speed today. That is most complex. Which one? Triple, you will not come to the class next time. I said no, enough. I don't want to learn tabla. If you learn triple today. What is the next easiest?
4.
4 is easier, much easier, which is a quadruple. So how do you write down? So ta, ka, ti, ra. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta, ka. Then ta, ka has only 2 syllables at the end. You don't complete it. So in that case, we may not able to do quadruple. Okay, but that's okay. We will just try to learn something, right? So how that goes in a computer? Ka, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta, ka, right? But this not you'll not learn that. This will do it probably next class. But let's focus on this. Now, what are the 5 phrases you have written down? Right? Can you rewrite? Just go to your Bible. You got it, everybody? So all 5 phrases what you learn, write down in a group of 2 to 2 and show it to me. Write in group of 2 to 2 all the 5 phrases. First,
What 5 pages?
the first 5 phrases we have written down, right? What was the first phrase you written? All 5. It should not take more than 2 minutes. Or just write down probably one phrase. I'm okay. Just write down the first phrase. And the remaining thing we can do as a homework probably. Yeah. Only taka tera kita, right? That's it. Only first phrase. Just write down the first phrase and remaining thing we'll do probably next class. Perfect. This is all good. Perfect. Now can you do the first on the clap with the 2 syllable? Perfect. You got it. Excellent. That's it. So as a homework now you do the remaining stuff at your home. Okay? Excellent. No, Kedar Kita you have written as a 4, right? We need to write 2, 2, right? So after Tira, you should have a little space, and then Kita should be different, right? So that way it'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 rhythm, right? 2, 2. So just erase it and rewrite down probably. Now, come here. So Taka is correct. So in your case, what is happening, unfortunately, you are assuming Ti as a 2 syllable, right?
Yeah.
But that is not the case. T is 1 syllable, which you get sound. So Tira is your one group, and Kita is your one group. See, the unfortunate part in the English language is you are having 2 syllable for one sound, right?
Yeah.
We are thinking of one sound here, not 2 sound, not 2 syllables separately. So you think about sound. What is this sound?
T.
T, right? But because of English language, you are putting T and I, right? So think this as a one sound, one sound, one sound. So combining 2 sound together
Is 1 group.
is one. You are done perfectly. So same thing, Tira will be one group and Kita will be another. So this will be like this. Ta, ka, ti, ra, ki, ta. So one group, second group, third group. You got it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's circle.
This is perfect. You got it. You are excellent. Ishan is probably the number 1. This is also. So this side is pretty strong. Next week I want this side strongest. Okay? So do whatever you want to do this week. Make sure you surpass this side next week. Sure? Challenge accepted?
Sure.
Excellent. Okay. Any question? So probably let's look at how that plays and then we will stop for today. Okay. So ta, ka, ti, ra. Okay. So let's play that ta, ka first phrase. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta. Ta, ka, ti, ra, ti, ta. Right? So ta is index finger. So it's flat. Tira kita you already know. Ti, ra, ti. So like that, whatever the phrases you get. So write on the last homework before we stop. Create 10 phrases from Taka Tira kita. 10. You cannot find now this week. And the complex, the best. Write it down in the group of 2 to 2. Okay? So create 10 phrases. Write it down in the group of 2 to 2. Practice on the clap of group of 2 to 2. And then practice on the tabla. These are the 3 homeworks. So create 10 phrases of Taka and Tira Gita. Rewrite down, write it down in the notebook. in a group of 2. Once you write down, then take a photo and post it on your group, WhatsApp group, as a homework. Can you do that? No need to do all 10 on the one day. If you do 2 today, just take a photo, post it on the group, and practice those 2. Even if you do 2 every day, that's fine. No need to do all 10 on the one day, basically. Okay, and then practice those. Is that good enough for the homework this week? Next week we'll probably learn a new syllable thereafter, okay, which is going to change the whole scenario. So next week don't bunk the class.
What's the second one?
Homework?
Yeah.
So recite in the group of 2. Clap it on. So for example, let's say you're reading taka 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 tira kitos. How do you say? Taka 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 tira kita taka. So go 1 2 1 2 1 2 rhythm. Next week we'll go with the rhythm of 4. Okay, that will be more complex. But practice rhythm of 2 this week, so that next week will be better.
And then we post it and then we practice it.
Perfect. Got it?
Yeah.
Any question before we stop? Is there any question? Any question? Ishan, any question? Yourself, any question? Okay. I think we'll stop for today. Thank you guys. Namaste. I'll see you next week again same time. Okay? Thank you.